Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to blend with your colored pencils. I'm also going to show you how to super saturate with your colored pencils, which is how you're going to use colored pencils in this class. So to start with, I'm going to do super saturation. So a lot of times when you're a kid, you'll start off by coloring with your colored pencils like this. And that can look really nice, where you just have, you colored it really light, you did it nice and even, and that can look really nice. But what we're gonna do in this class with super saturation is if we start blending in multiple directions over and over in the same spot, and we can use little circles, and you can already see we're starting to saturate the paper with the pigment from this pencil. So this already looks more red than that one, and I've only spent a little bit of time on it. You can also, don't hurt your hand, but you can apply a little bit more pressure. But the more layers you add, the more super saturated it's going to be. And your goal in this class is when you're using colored pencils, you want to make sure that there's no white areas showing. And you can rotate your paper. Sometimes that helps, like if there's one area that just doesn't seem to want to get in there. But the goal here is I use this same pencil, and just with a little extra time and a little extra muscle, I changed it from looking like this to looking like this. So this is a super saturated color. So when you use colored pencils in this class, you want to super saturate. When we layer, we're going to use some of this, but ultimately we want it super saturated. So now the first blend I'm going to show you is an analogous blend. So I'm going to show you how to use yellow, orange, and red and blend them across. But the same thing works for any other colors, especially ones that are next to each other on the color wheel. So whenever you go to blend, you want to use your lightest color first. Now for me, that's yellow. So there's going to be part of the blend where I'm just going to super saturate the yellow. So I'm going to super saturate it, and then I'm going to start kind of lightening it out as we go across like that. Okay. So then I'm going to take my next color that I'm going to be layering with. So if I want my orange to be mostly super saturated right here, I'm going to take my orange, and then I'm going to go lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. So I'm making the pressure less. So I'm adding in less pencil, and you can see that, there's still white right there. So this is when layering comes in. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to start adding yellow again. And this time I'm going to kind of go in some swirls, because that's going to start blending. The other thing is, try not to rub your paper like this, because mostly you'll just smear it. Try to blow the extras off of your paper, and that'll actually work better for keeping the little crumbs off of your paper. And doing different values and different directions and different pressures really helps when you're blending. So you're just going to kind of keep layering back and forth, and your goal here is for a smooth transition from, one color to the next color. So I can see a full range. I can see yellow and like yellow orange, and then here's like a little bit more orangey yellow, and then an orange. And then it's the same thing when you want to move on to the next color. So now my orange is lighter than my red, so I'm going to start with the orange. And if you have two colors that are similar, like if you're trying to use light green and light blue, just pick one, it's fine. So now I'm going to take my red. There's going to be an area that is super saturated, and then I'm going to do the lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, because I want to add less red pigment over here and more red pigment over there. So now I can also do, like I said, do it in different directions, do it in different pressures, and then keep going back and forth and layering. So now I can add in some more orange. I'm going to layer back and forth until I have a really nice smooth blend. The main thing that I want you to do with this, and to be careful with this, is I don't want you to end up with red, orange, yellow. Okay, we're not making stripes. Okay, so we're not making stripes. We're trying to make a blend. Okay, And remember, try it instead of going like this all the time, try to just blow it off if you can, and that'll make it a little bit easier. Okay, now for the monochromatic color blend, it's the same thing again. So it's just like this, but you're gonna start with white because white is the lightest. Now I had already started blending with my blue, and I got white or blue on my white colored pencil. So when I drew on the paper just now, like it came off, just wipe off the end of your pencil. So I'm gonna super saturate for part of it, and then I'm gonna go lighter, lighter, lighter. Now, like I said, I know you can't see the white right now, but once we start adding on the blue, you will be able to see where the white goes. Because once I have the blue on here, you can see it kind of like, if I go a little too far, see how this is where the white was, right? So I'm gonna start adding on a little bit more pressure over here until I super saturate my blue, and then I'm gonna layer the white again. So I want to make sure that I've got the white nice and layered. I'm gonna go in multiple directions to help super saturate the paper. But you can see this makes me go from a really light blue all the way to that medium blue. Now the black value is super strong, super, super strong. So it only takes a very small amount of the black mixed in with the blue to make a really dark blue. So I usually tend to start off with a little bit of extra blue in there, and I start off lightly with the black pencil because black is just super strong. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of the black, and then I'm gonna layer over it with the blue again. And remember, do different directions and blend it in with different directions. And then if you need a little bit more, then add in a little bit more. But the goal here is to make sure that it looks like a blend and it's not just a big black stripe. Because if I just go like this, that's a big black stripe. We don't want just a big black stripe. We want to see the blue changing color. Okay, so we want the blue to go from a medium blue all the way to a dark blue. Okay, and if I cover up that little bit right there, you can see it goes from super light blue all the way through the wide range of colors. So that is how you blend and super saturate with our colored pencils. All right, thanks everybody. Go give it a try.